Hi, it's Dawn from Ninja Bunny Crochet. Today I have for us to make this dog waist bag holder. It's super easy to make. It's basically single crochet with a couple of half double crochets up at the top to make the area where you can weave in the tie. It's just a scrap busting project. You could use a key ring here or not, depends if you want to, and this carabiner clip so that you can clip it onto your leash. I got my waist bags here from the dollar store, so pretty cheap, and I used a G 4.0 millimeter hook. You're going to want a pair of scissors and a yarn needle and just some worsted weight yarn. I'm just going to be using this ball of scrap yarn. I believe this is a Red Heart ombre yarn, just some leftover yarn that I had in my scrap pile. So once you have all of your supplies together, let's get started. To start the dog waist bag, we're going to start with a magic ring. If you're unfamiliar with the magic ring, or it's just not something you like to do, you can start with a chain of 2 and place your first round into the second chain from hook. To do the magic ring, place your yarn over your first 2 fingers, hold it down with your thumb, wrap it around, and you'll form an X on the back of your fingers. Place your hook under the bottom yarn, turn your hook, grab the top one, pull it through, twist and turn up, grab the working yarn, and chain stitch. That locks your ring into place. Now we're going to place our first round into the ring, and that'll be 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cinch down that ring, and we're going to slip stitch to join. If you're not sure where your first single crochet is, count back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Make sure your tail is out of the way, and slip stitch into that first single crochet. Now we're ready to start round 2. Chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch back into that same stitch we're going to single crochet back into that same stitch we just slip stitched into. I'm going to place 2 single crochets into that same stitch, and then 2 single crochets into each stitch all the way around. Continue working 2 single crochets into each stitch, and I'll meet back up with you at the end of the round. I made it back around to the beginning. I have 12 single crochets. I'm going to slip stitch into that first single crochet that we made. To start round 3, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet back into that same stitch we just slip stitched into. And in the next stitch, we're going to place 2 single crochets. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet. And in the next stitch, 2 single crochets. One single crochet, 2 single crochets. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. That's our pattern all the way around. So please complete this, and I'll meet back up with you at the end of the round. I've made it all the way back around. I have 18 stitches, and we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet that we made. To start round 4, we're going to chain 1, and in this round only, we're going to work in the back loop only. So in that same stitch that we just slip stitched into, we're going to grab that back loop and single crochet. And the back loop is the farthest loop from you. So the loop over here is the loops that we're going to work into. These loops here in the front are your front loops. So front loops and back loops. So in the back loop only, we're going to do 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. I'll meet back up with you at the end of the round. At the end of round 4, we still have 18 stitches, and we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet that we made. To start round 5, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch back into that first single crochet that we made. And we're going to make sure that the line where our free loops are is the right side, and the inside is where there is no free loops. Now for rounds 5 through 7 are going to be exactly the same. We're just going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch. So starting with the same stitch that we just slip stitched into, we place 1 single crochet, and we're going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around, and that is for rounds 5 through 7. And I will meet back up with you at the end of round 7. I'm at the end of round 7. We still have 18 stitches. We're going to slip stitch to that first single crochet that we made. For rounds 8 through 10, we are not going to join. We're going to go back and forth in rows. So chain 1, and we're going to single crochet back into that same stitch that we just slip stitched into, and single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'll meet back up with you at the end of this round. I'm at the end of round 8, and instead of joining this round, we're just going to chain 1 and turn the work. For rounds 9 through 10, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to single crochet in each stitch, but we're not going to join the rounds. We're just going to chain 1 and turn our work. So continue working rounds 9 and 10, and I'll meet back up with you at the end of round 10. I'm at the end of round 10. We still have 18 stitches. To start round 11, we're going to chain 1 and turn the work. At the end of round 11, we are going to slip stitch and to join. So place 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around, and when we get to the last end of the round, we're going to join to that first single crochet that we made. I will meet back up with you at the end of the round. I'm at the end of round 11. We still have 18 stitches, and we are going to slip stitch to that first single crochet that we made. To start round 12, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet right back into that same stitch that we just slip stitched into. and 1 single crochet into each stitch around. Continue this all the way around to get back to the beginning and slip stitch to join for rounds 12 through 15, and I'll meet back up with you at the end of round 15. I'm at the end of row 15. We still have 18 stitches. We're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet that we made to start row 16 or round 16. We're going to chain up 2 and half double crochet into that same stitch that we just slip stitched into. Chain 1, skip that next stitch and half double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and half double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and half double crochet into the next. And that is the repeat all the way around. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, half double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip the next stitch, half double crochet into the next. I'll meet back up with you at the end of the round. Made it all the way back around. I've got my chain 1 and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the first half double crochet that we made. And we're going to go ahead and fasten off. So now we need to weave in the tail and turn this inside out. Sew down the magic ring, or if you use the chain 1 technique, chain 2 technique, we need to weave in that tail from the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. We're going to come right back, make a chain of 50 so that we can weave it into these chain 1 spaces, and I'll show you how to attach your key ring. We'll be right back. So here is our finished dog waist bag holder, and I've chained a chain of 50, our key ring. Now how I like to do it is I start on the side with the hole and go in and out the chain 1 spaces till I get on the opposite side of where the hole is, and that's where I put I go through the key ring and then continue weaving in and out so that the key ring is attached to the opposite side of where you would pull out your bags. Now you don't have to attach your key ring there. You can attach your key ring anywhere you want, but that's where I attach mine. So then I would go ahead and just clip these little tails off because we really don't need such long tails on the ties. So go ahead and clip those off. And I'm not going to pull the tab off on this bag because I already have one right here completed. But you would want to pull this tab off before you insert it into the bag, into the holder. And then you would just insert your bags in, and just so you can see, I'll line the tab up so you can see the tab is in there, and that's where you would pull your bags out and tie the drawstring closed. just like that. Then attach your carabiner, or if you can just put this on, if you want to attach this directly to your leash, you can do that too, but I like to have the carabiner on there because then you could attach this to the belt, to your belt loop when you're walking your dog, or you can attach it to your leash. If you have like a flexi leash or a different type of leash, or you can put it on the handle of the leash, however you choose to attach the bag holder. So if you've liked this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that bell. Thanks for watching, and happy crocheting! Bye-bye!